But I just want to thank you all so much for coming. This has been really fun. We've done this for 3 years now, and this has just been a really good time. This is the first time we've done it after the holidays, which wound up being very nice. But it wouldn't have happened at all. When you see the set and the costumes, you'll be amazed. This wouldn't have happened at all without the O'Briens and the Austins. They did a lot of, and the Olfers, they did the set. And Rachel Gustine, there you are, headed up the costumes, and the Moors, and the Bigs, and the Neps are doing a party that we have up in the room afterwards. And so I just feel like I just hand out the scripts, and it's kind of done from there, and I really appreciate that. One thing, though, you probably know we have a little strep throat going around. So our bear is here. He was able to make it, but our fox and our badger both have strep throat. And so Nathan Saga and Marshall Clayson from Mrs. Queen's room are stepping in. Isn't that great that they did that? They're 8 years old and they're hopping in somebody else's play. I'm just so grateful that they're willing to do that. So I hope you enjoy and have fun. This is what it's all about, right?
The Mitten, room 231. Once upon a time, there was a little girl named Nikki that lived with her grandmother and grandfather in the woods. Nikki's grandmother, who she called Baba, spent her time knitting Nikki sweaters, scarves, and other clothing. One day, Nikki asked Baba to knit her something special. Baba, will you knit me some mittens? I want mittens that are white as snow. Of course, Baba was happy to make Nikki a pair of mittens, but she did not think that white was a good choice of color. She was afraid that Nikki would lose them in the snow. No, Nikki, you should pick blue, red, or yellow. I don't think so, Nikki. White doesn't show in the snow. Please. In the end, Nikki did get away. Papa did make her a new pair of mittens that were all white. Then Nikki went out to play in the snow. Be careful not to drop your mittens. They will be hard to find in the snow. Okay, Baba, gotta go. Sure enough, just as Baba had said, she soon dropped one of her mittens. Nikki walked away from it and never even noticed it was missing. She was just too excited about the beautiful sparkling snow and the snowflakes falling all around. It was very cold outside, and Fox, tired from running along, discovered the mitten and burrowed inside. It was cozy and warm, just the right size. This looks like a perfect home for me. By and by, along came 2 rabbits and a raccoon. They were very cold, and when they saw the mitten, they thought it would make a nice, warm home. Brr, it sure is cold out here. I wish we could find a warm place to burrow for a while. Look what I found. This looks like a nice warm home. The fox didn't want to share his new home, but when he saw the kickers on the rabbits, he scooted over. Next, a hedgehog came snuffling along, having spent the day looking for something to eat. He decided to move into the mitten and warm himself. Well, it's pretty cold out here and it's snowy ice, and that warm mitten's looking pretty nice. Move over, and let me in. But the animals didn't think that there was any more room for any more animals in the mitten, and they said,
No room! No room! You can't come in! There's just no room!
The animals did not want to share the mitten, but when they saw the big pickles, they made room. Soon along came two wolves. They were very cold and thought the warm, cozy mitten would make a good home.
Oh, it's pretty cold out here and it's snowing nice, and that warm mitten's looking pretty nice. Move over, and let us in.
But the animals didn't think there was any more room for any more animals in the mitten, and they said,
No room! No room! You can't come in! There's just no room!
the animals did not want to share the mitten, but when they saw the big teeth, they moved over. So the wolves climbed inside with the fox, the rabbit, the raccoon, and the hedgehog, and the mitten stretched a little bit. Along flew an owl. He was very cold and thought the warm, cozy mitten would make a good home.
Well, it's pretty cold out here and it's snowing here, and that warm mitten's looking pretty nice. Move over, and let me in.
But the animals didn't think there was any more room for any more animals in the mitten, and they said,
No room! No room! You can't come in! There's just no room!
The animals did not want to share the mitten, but when they saw the big talons, so quickly let him in. So the owl climbed inside with the wolves, hedgehog, rabbits, raccoon, and the fox, and the mitten stretched a little bit more. Next came a chilly badger. He spotted the mitten and thought it would make a warm and cozy home. Well, it's pretty cold out here and snowing ice, and that warm mitten's looking pretty nice. Move over, and let me in.
But the animals didn't think there was any more room for any more animals in the mitten, and they said, No room! No room! You can't come in! There's just no room! But the animals didn't want to share the mitten with any more animals. When they saw those big figures, they moved over.
The badger climbed inside with the other animals. The mitten stretched a little bit more. Along came a very big and very cold bear who saw the mitten and thought it would make a warm, cozy home. Well, it's pretty cold out here and the snow ice, and that warm mitten's like pretty nice. Move over, and let me in. But the animals didn't think there's any more room for any more animals in the mitten, and they said,
No room! No room! You can't come in! There's just no room!
The animals did not want to share the mitten, but who would argue with a bear? They quickly moved over. So the bear climbed inside with the badger, the owl, the wolves, the hedgehog, the rabbits, the raccoon, and the fox. And the mitten stretched a little bit more, but still not as good knitting held fast.
But the animals did. No. Along came a mouse. He was just a very small mouse. When he saw a warm mitten, he wanted to get inside too.
Well, it's pretty cold out here. It's snowing nice, and that warm mitten's looking pretty nice. Move over, and let me in. they were animals, and they.
No room. You can't come in. There's just no room.
The poor little mouse just shivered and stared at him sadly. The animals just rolled their eyes. The bear looked at the badger looked at the wolves looked at the hedgehog looked at the raccoon looked at the rabbits looked at the fox, and they all let out a heavy sigh and moved over just enough to let the mouse squeeze in.
Then something happened.
My nose is feeling a little bit itchy. I think I might, chew.
The bear's sneeze burst the mitten. All the animals came tumbling out, and so that was the end of Nikki's mitten. And when she went home that night, she had to tell Bob that she had lost it, just as she had said. Of course, she never did find it again. The end. Cold and snow in Minnesota, so we would like to bring you to a tropical island.